Well, and then quitting smoking. It's not for my good or my well-being, it's for the world's, I suppose. So I'm pretty grouchy. It always takes about 3 or 4 days of being very, very grouchy, as you might have noticed from my recent videos. So I kind of wrongfully worded a video I posted yesterday, I think, and I was going to reword it so I'm not subject to libel, I suppose. um, yeah, I'm just gonna make short and sweet. So like police abducted, or men dressed as police. They were police. There had to be police. It was a police vehicle and everything. Abducted me, tortured me, and tried to disembowel me. It was a rather traumatic. And then they stuffed me in a psychiatric hospital. Said I was insane. That none of it happened, and I got forced to chemical lobotomy. I can say that because I know for a fact that happened. That's not libel or invention, and I'm going to be making. So I'm not even going to say anything yet. I've realized after ever since this that I didn't do anything about it for a while, but then I started contacting ombudsman and GSOC and all these Garda corruption, supposedly Garda corruption lines, and the police start pushing on me like a bunch of gangsters. I called the Garda corruption line one day, and then I gave them so much personal information, very honest information, and the next day, two full police cars, big long ones, full of guys in kitted, and I think there was a doctor there with a needle or something, tried to come around and arrest me or section me again and call me crazy or say that I was just some crazy person making up things against the police. So it's very scary. You can't really win against the police in this country. It's a very rotten republic, and that's very very scary that there's no justice or there's no way around that. Um, Triple homicide, and they kind of get away with it. And if you even start talking about it, they're going to start pushing on you and threatening you. So I'm just going to put this out there. Talking to my female bus driver lady friend, and she said it was the same with her brother. Well, it's actually had the conversation, and the idea came about to post this. Also had the same thing, made a claim against the Gardaí or something, and the Gardaí made life very difficult for them. It's very not fair. It's very, very, very not fair. Um, so anyway, I had a friend. I have like two friends. I had two friends, and like I said in a video, I think a friend is somebody that's happy to see you, genuinely happy to see you. And they're like, "Oh man, it's gone." My little nephew, always happy to see me. Um, the bits. And my friend William Morehouse from Bray. Well, I'd hear him down the street, John. I was like, oh fuck, Willie, how's it going on? Always happy to see me, and I was always happy to see him. And if I ever had to like fight off everybody that's been destroying me, see, I never contacted solicitors or anything over the last 10 years of this persecution I've been going through. If I ever had to have anybody in my corner when I'm like going through them, fisticuffs one by one, I have to fight them all to death. It was going to be my friend Willie Pop. He's the only person I'd, not because he was big and strong or anything, just because I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't bother anybody else, but I would have asked Willie to be in my corner. I thought it'd be cool to be jumping out. Yeah, good motivation. I think one of the last times that very last time maybe that I bumped into my friend Willie, he was telling me that he had a big lawsuit. No, it was the second last. No, was it? It might have been the last time I saw him. He was telling me he had a big lawsuit against the Gardaí, and it looked really strong. They attacked him with a nightstick before questioning him. So they just found him somewhere he wasn't supposed to maybe be. Like, but he's a kind of traveller lad, so like he'd be out all over, you know. But they attacked him instantly with a nightstick or something and smashed his head open before they even questioned him on what are you doing here, what are you doing? They just attacked him. As far as I hung out with Willie loads and everybody, he was just friendly to everybody. He got attacked loads because he was a big strong lad. So like it just in Ireland, if you're a big strong lad, it's like a competition kind of thing. You have to be everybody's fighting and proving who's fucking tough. So Willie was really big and strong. So he'd always be not getting into fights, but people would always want to be fighting him. It's just some one-upping thing or something like I skate around loads and I kind of look tough, especially after being hobo. Although I never fight, so I look tough a lot on the streets. But that young lads are like, he's a chicken shit 'cause I never fight. I would never fight. There's nothing good that comes out of fighting. So they love the opportunity to kind of get a one up over somebody that's really tough. It just makes them, and then they can brag about it and talk about it. So we always got into fights, or he's always in fights, but he was really tough and really tough. And yeah. So anyway, he's telling me that he had a big lawsuit. They cracked him in his head, or they cracked his skull open with a nightstick or something, and they didn't even question him first. They just attacked him. It was something like that that happened. Now, I said to him when that happens, like, man, you want to be careful because they're going to be all over you now. Like, you know, you probably be able to have a beer sitting on the street or anything, you know what I mean? You're going to be absolutely all over you, man, if you got a legitimate, and it did sound very legitimate, lawsuit against Gardaí. And when you sue the Gardaí, it's not the taxpayers' money. Like, you know, I'm thinking about doing these kind of things in the future, and it's like, well, I don't want the taxpayer to have to pay my compensation. Like, the taxpayer didn't do anything to me. So I don't see, like, why if the guards abduct, torture, and, like, just in, like, a very scary kind of gangstery way, they're all divided as well. There's, like, gangs within the guards. Um, they have some twinkly-eyed little friendly people on the front end most of the time, but most of them are very, very, very corrupt. Because they know all the crime, like they know all the tricks in the book. They're practically paid not to be criminals, like you're paid not to be a criminal. Social welfare, they're practically paid not to turn criminal, but they are anyway. Um, yeah, so I warned him that they're going to be all over you. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead now. That's what I was saying. I was wondering if it is the taxpayer that pays, or is it actually the guard himself that has to pay the compensation for a lawsuit. So if the guard has to pay a lawsuit, and he might have to, like, you know, pay, I don't know, like 15 grand, and of his own pocket, you know, it might cost like 1 or 2 grand just to kill the lad. Now I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying hypothetically that if he had to pay like 15 to 20 grand out of his own pocket to a traveller who he hated in the first place and smacked him open with a fucking truncheon, it would be a lot more affordable just to get rid of him, wouldn't it? Um, um, yeah, I'm just saying that hypothetically. I'm just putting it out there that he's dead. He's dead. He was tricked into taking some heroin with some woman or something like this, and they got him when he was unconscious. I think there might have been some. Not saying anything about police. There might have been somebody in the area. It was very orchestrated, anyway, as far as I heard or understood. It was somewhat orchestrated, and they really, because he was a really big, strong guy, they really brutally and very horrifically tore him apart when he was unconscious. I think a gun was used and very other types of knives were used, and it was very, very, very nasty. I think from what happened, what I heard. Um, Most of his other family are also dead, which is very sad to say. Like, I've had a few of them. Most of my traveller friends are dead now, and they're mostly all from that family. I don't really know if it's one or two. There's a few other people I suppose I know in Bray, but all of his brothers and cousins are pretty much dead, except like 1 or 2 now, and there's a lot of pressure on them in life. So yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. He's dead. He's dead. He was in, I think, an orchestrated assault, and I'm not saying that anybody who was involved. I have absolutely no idea who was involved. I know the police have made lots of arrests, and struck deals with people, and probably, you know, I imagine they really suddenly did the police work. You know, the police in Ireland will take your car for not paying. The police in Ireland love money, basically confiscation. Confiscate your car, take your bike, take your tools, take your this, take your that, take your drugs. You know what I mean? They like that lots. It's all money. When it comes to something like murder, there's no money in murder. There's no initiative or incentive to work properly on murder cases. When a guard tried to shoot me in the face, and for some reason the devil or something or heaven played a joke on him, and the gun only squirted out. Well, it was like battery acid piss. It was like the most potent urine in the most entire world. It might be some ancient Jewish form of torture. But I remember, like, when he did it, I just felt like he couldn't be insulted anymore than what he did to me. But anyway, I started demanding. My solicitor, when I was put into the psychiatric hospital, asked me what about the gun that I had. I was like, I didn't have any gun. I was like, I've never even seen a gun in real life. Maybe a hunting rifle or something. But I've never seen a gun, like in these guns at all in my life. And I was like, no, the guard pulled a gun at me and shot me in the face, or tried to shoot me in the face. And then loads of other armed guards suddenly showed up afterwards. I think they were there to witness what happened, and he was going to give a story, but it turned around and backfired on him. And he planted the gun in my bag, or something like this, because they asked why it was the gun in my bag. When it wasn't in my bag, it was in his hand, or he threw it. I don't know, maybe he did put it in my bag. I asked, like, will you not get fingerprint? I want that gun assessed. I want that gun properly assessed. And they're like, oh, it's not CSI Miami, you know what I mean? We don't go into it, it's not the television. It turns out they actually did, and they set it up, and they just put, not my hand. Like, when I'm going to get this done, I'm going to check the evidence checked. I'm not even supposed to talk about this because guards are going to be watching this. And then just once the guards are watching, they're probably pushing on me or start preparing. I have to be very careful about what I'm doing. Yes, not CSSI, mammy. See, like they won't put the effort in if it's not in their interest. You know, they're not going to put man hours into doing actual police work if it's not in their interest. Um, Kurt Cobain suddenly popped into my head there, smiling. The police work was very shoddy. Yeah. Something weird about Cobain's death. I heard you know these kind of DNA rinses people do. I saw a bank job thing in an intro in a movie once, but where Kurt Cobain was found, there was a DNA rinse. There was like piss and urine all over the place, and they probably just said it was because he was a junkie, but they doused the whole place in like piss collection. You know, they go into like, I'm not going to say how to do it actually, um, but the whole place was doused in piss, and I think there was a camera set up there as well. Um, anyway, yeah, that's all I was going to say. My friend is dead. He was brutally murdered. He had a lawsuit against the police at the time, and I'm not saying anything. You know, I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, from my good friend Willie and his remaining family. One, parents, cousin, two, maybe not. No. Yeah. So, and you know, you pay for police. Just to remind you that you're all paying for police. You pay for these people. Um, and I don't know. You spend a lot of money on these people. You know, you may as well be paying like another gang. You could pay maybe a different gang. I was thinking about this. Maybe pay the Hutch family or something like that. And if everybody gave the Hutch family like €10 a year, it's a lot less. And then there's like 5 million people maybe in Ireland, so that's 50 million a year for the Hutch family to protect citizens instead of the police who kill citizens and defamate citizens and cover their own asses. You could just pay another gang, you know, maybe a nicer gang, a less corrupt gang, than these horrible murderous nepotistic cultures that can't even read and write and are very condescendingly going around dominating the crap out of her. Now, Garda Síochána means like, you know, guarding the peace and mentality and well-being of the people. And it's like, I've never seen a police officer make a situation any better. I've seen a million situations where there's something happen, like at a concert or something like this, and some girl kicks the crap out of some other girl or something like this, and the guards come and arrest the victim because like they're screaming and getting in the face, and you're the one that sneaks off. And I've seen that so many times when the guards show up and they arrest the victim. Like I got bed up on Grafton Street one day, as I was drunk, you know, but that's another reason. I was helping homeless people because I was homeless at the time, and I got attacked by a bunch of young lads. I kind of got knocked out, and they robbed my pockets, went through my pockets, and the guardies show up and arrest me. And some like florist lady screaming, "He didn't do anything! He didn't do anything! They attacked him!" And they told her to shut up. Yeah, I don't know. What are you paying for? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. So yeah. Stop paying for your fucking public base.